Alright guys, welcome back to today's video. I'm going to be walking everyone through this little session I had on the new slab set. This first boulder I tried is this purple kind of vert climb with a weird start. You had to match this low hold, this Waco. And I was going for flash attempts on everything. So I was really determined to make sure I got a good match here. So you'll see me go up for that, and I had not actually matched it. So I was like, I got to figure out how to do this. And believe it or not, it takes me about 40 seconds to get into the right position to match. Luckily, I found it, but it was not without great effort. Once I hit that kind of weird drop knee and got the match, though, the boulder is like V1. So maybe V2 if you count how hard the start was. But after I sent, I realized I could have matched this top hold a lot easier as well if I had just done a butt bar and got my butt into that volume. But alas, can't win them all. Glad to pick up the flash regardless. Then I hopped straight on this, well, not straight on, I took like a 3-minute rest, onto this blue route right here. And I was pretty positive I could send it, but I didn't know if I could flash it. But I went into it with a positive mindset. I read the route best I could. And I think I really took for granted how good the last hole would be. I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think I knew how bad it was going to be. But I trusted my feet really well on this climb, so I was really proud of that. I felt really good about my feet placement and just trusting my feet overall. And it helps that the volumes were, fresh, nice texture. And the first volume that you match on the left had those two good footholds. So I get here, and I'm feeling like, I'm in a solid position. I could probably go up for the last hold. Let me try it. And I hit it, and I was like, dang, this is nothing. It's just like barely allowing me to keep my hips close enough into the wall to like stay under my foot, or on top of my foot rather. But from the ground, I had read that I needed to get my foot over to the right, so I was able to get the match. So that was fun. Then I moved on to what I thought the next climb would be in sequence of difficulty. Spoiler alert, I found this to probably be the hardest route that I was able to send on the new set, because my goodness, the hold you have to match is nothing, meaning your body position has to be crammed in between these two volumes. So you'll see me start shimmying here, and these are not very, I warmed up so well this session, did my full 20-minute warm-up off the wall, and then an on-the-wall warm-up as well. So I thought I had everything locked in, but my left glute just starts cramping. I'm able to hold this position, right? I won't say almost indefinitely, but for a long time. But I'm feeling a lot of pain in my glute here. Let me know in the comments if that's TMI, but, glute's gonna glute. They had this little green hold under the top hold connected to this volume, and it was just a block off from you being able to crimp the volume because it was sticking out from the wall. So I knew that from the ground, so I didn't even fool with that at all because it was so small. And then I'm like, okay, can I reach it? I'm like, I can't even move my arms off the volumes to try to reach it. I gotta try something different here. I don't know I guess that was just me scoping it out. But I'm sweating profusely, and I'm feeling a lot of pain. And I've got several people watching me at this point. I'm like, great, I do not want to ever have to climb back into this position. I'm never going to try this boulder again. That's not true. I should probably try it again to get better at this. But finally, I'm like, okay, trying the same thing over and over again is insanity. I got to switch something up. And I get into this butt bar, and I'm like, oh, I think I might know how to do it. Let me try a little bit. Oh, then I got the match. And I was in a lot of pain. As you can see, as I'm walking away from this boulder, there's a good old-fashioned wince. And then a little bit of a limp. But we ended up being okay. Now we're cutting to, this was just a really good set overall, so I don't want to call this one my favorite, but I think it has the coolest movement. Use my feet there. And luckily I figured it out really fast. I could just use the start hold. And this top sequence was kind of scary because you're high, but my mental was in a good place, and I felt secure on these holds because I was having really good footwork. And I stuck the match. It was not that hard to match. It was a really good positive hold. So that was cool. And up until this point, I had flashed all the boulders. And then I didn't anymore. Spoiler alert. We move on to this. Well, let me walk into frame real quick. And then we move on to this black route right here, which was excellently set. I liked the start sequence once I had committed to it. I knew I was going to have to do. I thought I could break it. I could not break it that first time. So I locked in the heel hook, sank under this micro crimp. Well, pretty small crimp. I wouldn't say micro. And then I was trying to figure out my hand position here to get my feet over. And I don't think on this burn I realized oh no, I did. Okay, did I swap feet here? Good. So now I realized, okay, this boulder is doable. And I read the route. I knew where the feet were going to be. I was just trying to get into this comfortable position. Well, the mistake I made here was I could not commit to my right hand being on that side pull crimp. I knew it was there, but I thought this pinch would feel better. Well, that kept my body weight too far right for when I released. So I switched to the arete, and I was like, oh. And I was coming out too far from the wall. So now I'm approaching it with a new gusto. I'm like, okay, I'm going to use the crimp like it's intended. I'm not going to be silly. Start the boulder the same way with the heel hook engaged. Perfect. I thought that top crimp might feel better, so I gave it a try. It did not end up feeling better for me. And now we knew get the foot swap, trust the foot. And now I was like, okay, get the hand on the crimp. Perfect, we held it. Trusting that feet really good, that foot really good. And now get that foot in the position to where we can sink down over the volume and get there. And we trusted it. And this last part, it doesn't look as big on camera, but this is a big move. It looks so small on camera. You know what? Don't even take my word for it. It's a small move, I guess, but it felt big. And lastly was to complete the set, I would have to send this red climb. And this first move, I would say, is not technically my style by any means. You know, a little dynamic move over. But I was actually making good work on it. I figured out how to kind of swap over there. Almost held it. I was really surprised. And then I was finally like, okay, we just impressed ourselves there. Let's impress ourselves again. Really commit to once you've hit the holds, engaging your full body so you can hold it. Which is like duh, but you know. So, give that start hold a blow. Toe in. And fly. And the second part, I thought I had an idea of the beta, but once I was actually in this position, I was like, oh wait, it's definitely a knee bar. And that was the old beta. I thought it was palm there, and I just kind of fell out of the wall. But almost got it. So thanks for watching.